Hello Libra, and welcome to your Triple Cross reading for the month of March 2018. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising signs, and some months you might identify more with your rising or moon sign instead of your sun sign. So if you know your signs, please do check those videos out for more clarity at this time. Also keep in mind that these are general readings, and naturally there'll be some messages that resonate more than others, and that's normal because there's lots of Librans out there in the YouTube community. Alright, with all that said, let's begin your reading. Down the center we have the Lover's card, the Chariot, and the Eight of Pentacles. Crossing or supporting that, we have the Two of Swords. So this is a supporting card, and what I see here, especially with two majors coming out together, there's big decisions for your sign, especially in the now or very, very soon, because some of you might still be in the recent past energy that we saw at the beginning of the month, week 1. But these decisions, that's the thing here, is that the choices that are in front of you, and these could be between two things or multiple things, because these three are all about choices and a lot of energy going into fine-tuning or trying to come up with a decision, a final answer. These choices, though, the thing with them is that it's difficult to choose one over the other. Why? Because they're two very different choices. This is a Madonna and you know, the opposite of a Madonna card. So it's just like you know, like a wife and a mistress type of energy with the Lover's card. And here we have a white horse and a dark horse. And the Two of Swords is the same. It's just two swords and just not being able to come to a conclusion, to a decision, not being able to act. And the choices before you are either a head or heart choice, because that's what the Lover's card, which was the first card that came out of the deck, denotes. So it's definitely talking about either listening to what is rational, what you think would be the right thing to do, or what your heart truly desires. So you either might feel at odds with that, or they're just two simply very different roads that lay in front of you. The thing, though, is that with the Chariot attached to it and the 8, you can't choose wrong. So while you might want to know which answer is the best, just try your best to use the energy of the intuitive nature of the Two of Swords. Yes, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we see a figure, a woman, who is crossed by two swords. She can't see, she's blindfolded, but right behind we see a moon, and the moon always talks about your intuition. So deep down, you know what you want. And because the two choices are very different and you can't choose wrong, any option, any road that is calling out to you is the road that you should go for, because it's what your soul is ready for. Now, in your root area, we see the 10 of Cups, the Tower card, and the 10 of Swords. So the 10s, because we have 2 in the tarot and in numerology at that, they talk about completions, things that have just reached their apex, their climax, their maximum expression, and they have fulfilled their role in your life, and therefore they need to end. In the pip cards, we see the aces, and and they go all the way to a 10, so they can't go any further. They have to go back to an ace and evolve eventually into a 10. So in this case, with the 2 10s, there's definitely things that need to come to an end, and try to let these things go. Try to see what it is that these things are first and foremost, and then try to let them go with that grace, that level of sophistication and elegance and wisdom that is so intrinsic to Librans, to you guys, to your sign. And the reason I say that is because if you don't let these things go, certain things can arise to surprise you, to rattle your foundation, so that you let these things be, so that you release. And these shocks or surprising events can come right out of the blue. Why? Because with the Tower card, that's that energy of the planet Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of lightning. So we don't see lightning bolts coming. We can't really anticipate where they're gonna land precisely. So the role of the Tower here, though, is, besides trying to rattle your foundation so that you can build a stronger life, a stronger ground in which you should build your life from now on, it's trying to illuminate anything that no longer has a function or a purpose within your life. Now, in your recent past, we have the King of Pentacles, the Justice, and the Magician. Wow, I love this energy. So some of you guys might still be in this energy, and or this energy is something that you have already experienced. And the Justice card is a representation of your sign in the major arcana of the tarot. So here you are, you have appeared in your reading, and that is always a very empowering, positive thing for me, because it lets me know as a reader personally that you will be able to deal with the things that will be thrown at you throughout this month. And it's attached to 2 very powerful, positive cards. And that's why I love reading cards in 3s. It's my specialty. It's my thing. I love it because they inform one another. And these 2 let me know that you have been able to manifest on a very high scale when it comes to your wishes, your hopes, also manifesting great abundance in your life, great stability. So yes, while we see some things ending, some things having to leave out of your life, there's definitely a lot of goodness, a lot of abundance in your life. The King and the Magician here, they're looking at each other right now, but they talk about having a sense, a profound sense at that, because you have appeared in your reading, in your abilities and also in yourself in general. So there's a lot of like a trust in self, a trust in your capabilities to push through. So that's wonderful to see. And at the same time, it's also bodes well when it comes to your business, your employment, or your relationship to finances. Additionally, some of you might be dealing with an earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And this person is very, very positive for you in your relationship. They see you for who you are. They value you. There's someone that you can depend on, and someone that is kind of like a cheerleader. It's a good person to have in your corner. All right, now in your crowning position, we have the 5 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. So there is a person here who has some sort of authority over you. So this could be a boss, a teacher, if you are in school or taking classes, or a mentor of sorts, or it could also denote a parent. Now, your parent, it really could be mother or father. Even though it's a king, general readings, really, truly, sexes are interchangeable for me. I don't really read the gender. Now, if your partner is a fire sign, like an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, there could be, whoever this person is, I've mentioned all the possibilities for you, There is a difference here of opinion, of ideas, because we are dealing with wands, but also their way of expressing themselves, or their way of being, or their actions has left you with either hurt feelings, feeling a little bit saddened by their choices, or they're bringing about a little bit of instability here with 2 5s when it comes to this person. That's what it's attached to, or they're shaking you up in some sort of way. Try your best not to add more fuel to the fire, because this is a very fiery person, and they're looking right at the difficulty, right at the 5 of Wands. So try to set boundaries, healthy boundaries, and try to keep your distance until both of you can come to a mutual understanding or an agreement, or try to see each other's perspective. Come and meet each other halfway. Now, if you are a creative Libran as an aspect of yourself, this trio here lets me know that you might be feeling either with a lack of energy or blocked when it comes to your ideas. So a way to mitigate this is by using nature, especially the sun. So try to, if you have a balcony, for example, go out into your balcony, take in a little sun bath, wear your SPF, of course, but just try to soak in the sun, the abundance, the care that the sun provides for us as a collective in our planet. And also try to go out for a walk in the park, try to do things with nature. So if you like doing sports in nature, things like that, that will definitely help mitigate the 5 energy here for you. Now, in your future position, we see the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Page of Wands. So there's correspondence here, correspondence when it comes to your work or your finances. It also denotes a time of a lot of like, there's solid ground for you emotionally as well as in the work front. And if you were a creative Libra and you felt down energetically, you will be able to bounce back quickly. So don't worry about this too much. You can definitely mitigate the situation, and it will definitely, that dip will just bounce right back up. So nothing to worry about here. It's what we saw here in your crowning position. And if you are dealing with this earth sign that has re-popped back up, they're your equal, because whenever I see kings and queens, it can talk about a relationship between two people, even though you are not of the earth element. They are in many ways your equal. So that's a wonderful thing to see. Now, if you are dealing with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, they are very stable in their emotions. They're very positive, and they are energetic as well. This page can also denote a child if you have it. So any way that you see this trio, it's positive, it's great, it's solid when it comes to your finances, your creativity, and your work, or your emotion, your emotional life. Now, in your ego, we see the King of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Sun card. Wow, so I love this, especially in your ego, seeing you appear once again. The King of Swords is a representation of your sign, so once again, there's a lot of control for you this month. So you are holding the power, or you're holding more of the power than you believe to be. You will be feeling yourself, as they say. You will be in your element. by all means. And your energy is coming across as very clear and very positive, especially when it's attached to the sun. It's also an ideal time to spend with your children. I mentioned children here in your future position, and I'm mentioning them right here because we do see two children with the sun card. Now, if you are dealing with another Libra, like or another air sign, like a Gemini or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, what the Temperance card lets me know here is that you guys are polar opposites, but you're the perfect complement of each other. It also denotes a very beautiful, wonderful time for romance and love. So if you're single or if you're coupled, especially if you're coupled, I should say. And if you are a Libran that is trying to get pregnant, the sun is a very fertile energy. And there is a Temperance card here that the king is looking at. So you have to be patient with it, but it is a fertile month if that is something that you're hoping or looking for. Now, in your environment, we see the Three of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So there's definitely some people here. They could be colleagues, friends, or just people that you work with, whose way of expressing with you could be a little bit difficult, a little bit hurtful, lacking in tact, because it's your environment. It's not really you, it's them. Try to use the energy of the Hanged Man to just not act. Especially, don't react. Don't pay them no mind. Don't pay them any attention. Use your diplomacy and your tact that you Librans are all known for when dealing with these difficult people. And working in groups is not going to be highlighted throughout this month, but you have some beautiful things happening, and no month is ever perfect. It's not ever 100% light. There's always light and shade in life. But just know that you do possess the wisdom needed to not react, to not be overly reactive in the face of opposition, or when dealing with people that are envious. That's the energy of these cards in its most negative way, but it just denotes a little bit of difficulty when working in groups. Now, something that I missed telling you is in your ego. I feel like you guys are one of the only signs that even though Mercury is in retrograde, your communication is going to be heightened. So congrats. It's not going to be affecting you as much as I've seen in some of the other signs that I've already done this month. So your communication is definitely going to be a good thing for you. Now, in your hopes and fears area, we see the Four of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So these are fears, and fears of feeling rushed to either make decisions like we saw here in the center, or just feeling like you don't have enough time to do everything that you want to achieve throughout this period. Try to evaluate what it is that you actually need to do. And especially, I mentioned communication right before I got to this part. Make sure that your communication is very transparent, especially when concerning your needs and what you need from people, because the sevens can be lack of transparency, possible, it's probable, or it's just a sense of trying to look out after yourself, and that's fine. And there's a sense here as well of trying to nourish yourself, trying to find moments where you are by yourself so that you can feel recharged as well. Now, in your outcome for the month of March, we see the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. So the nines here in numerology are things or situations that are almost there, that they're almost at their completion stage. So it's not quite a 10, but so they haven't reached their maximum apex. But the thing with the 9 is to it's a note to keep pushing forward, so that if you are not persevering enough, you might feel like, oh, I can't make it, I can't quite get there. But with perseverance and a lot of belief that you still have the resources available, resources, I mean your energy. It can also be resources, because we do see a financial card attached to it. But what I'm really noticing is just your energy. Just make that final push, because attached to that, should you push forward, we do see success when it comes to your plans, your ideas, or with anything to do with the work front, or your money as well, your finances. So persevere, especially by the end of the month, Libra, because there's success to be had. And if you are a Libran out there that has been hoping to get a new job, it's here for you if you put in the work. So wishing you lots of luck with that. All right, Libra, I hope that this reading has been of help to you and has given you a guide so that you can manifest with the energies that are at your disposal throughout this month. If you feel like it has been of help to you, please support my channel by subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, or sharing this video with someone else that might need to hear these messages. I've also just added a donate button and a link down in the description below. So if you feel called to make a donation for these free readings that I am putting up on my YouTube channel, any denomination is welcome, and I'd like to thank you so much in advance for supporting me in that way. Otherwise, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can visit tripletarot.com. I would love to read for you. I'm also inviting you to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, because I will be doing some announcements and some promotions, some future promotions from time to time in those social media platforms. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a beautiful month, Libra. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.